My Hero Academia, 10 Wishes Lemillion would make on the Dragon Balls. Mirio Togata has worked hard to get this far, but he wouldn't mind a shortcut now and then. Enter Shinran. Many My Hero Academia characters are indeed superheroes or heroes in training, and they have learned to face great peril and even lay down their lives for the common good. These heroes will sacrifice anything to serve justice. But if they could take a shortcut with the aid of Shinran from Dragon Ball, they probably would. Some problems are beyond even a superhero's power to fix. What about Mirio Togata? Who is one of the big three of UA? He has worked very hard to get this far, combining his remarkable permeation quirk with physical training and sheer intuition to become an expert fighter. Mirio is doing quite well, but if he assembled the Dragon Balls and met Shinran, he would have a few things to ask of this dragon. Mirio is strong, but even he needs help sometimes. 10. Mirio would wish for Tamaki's confidence. For the most part, Mirio would use the Dragon Balls to ask for a selfless wish. Mirio is a warm-hearted and generous person, and he always puts innocent civilians and his friends before himself. For example, a younger Mirio would consider asking Shinran to boost Tamaki Amajiki's confidence and courage, to help that other boy realize his potential much sooner. Even as a student, Tamaki is shy and doubts himself, so Mirio would fix that. 9. Mirio would wish to master his quirk faster. Mirio doesn't hate his own quirk, but then again, he was a little frustrated with it at first. His quirk is difficult to use correctly. And he nearly flunked out of UA since he struggled to coordinate its use. That's not good. So, rather than wishing for a new quirk, Mirio would expedite the training process by asking Shinran to grant him the instincts and coordination to use that permeation quirk perfectly. That would allow him to move on to proper combat training sooner. 8. Mirio would wish to heal All Might's injury granted he knows about it. So far in the story, Mirio does not seem to be aware of All Might's mortal injury, which he suffered at the hands of All for One. In fact, Mirio hardly even knows that he was being considered for receiving One for All. Izuku, Midoriya and Sir Nighthawk do know of All Might's injury, though. If they told Mirio, then Mirio would hastily gather the Dragon Balls and wish that injury away. 7. Mirio would wish to rescue Eri sooner. Mirio would make a number of wishes regarding the young Eri, and soon after meeting her, Mirio learned that Eri was a victim of overhaul. He and Izuku felt terrible that they didn't rescue Eri when they had the chance. In the story, the pro-heroes raided Overhaul's base and indeed rescued Eri, but that's a risky move. Mirio would simply wish to teleport Eri to his location, easily swiping her from Overhaul's clutches. 6. Mirio would wish for Eri to control her quirk perfectly. Eri is no ordinary child. She has a powerful quirk, complete with a horn on her forehead, but this quirk makes her dangerous and unpredictable. Even if Eri means no harm. Once she was rescued, there was still the matter of her wild quirk. If Mirio didn't use Shenron's powers to rescue Eri instantly, then he would instead ask Shenron to tame Eri's quirk and allow the girl to perfectly control her quirk's use. Now she can begin her ordinary life right away, without concerns about her ability going haywire. 5. Mirio would wish to find an ideal foster family for Eri. Mirio still isn't done helping Eri with the power of the Dragon Balls. If he didn't use them to instantly rescue Eri or tame her quirk immediately, then he has another option. Eri's quirk was eventually tamed in the actual story, so that leaves another option for the Dragon Balls. Eri isn't old enough to be on her own, regardless of her quirk. She needs parent figures in her life, so Mirio would wish to find the ideal foster family for Eri, and have them officially adopt her ASAP. Now Eri's normal childhood may really begin. 4. Mirio would wish to annihilate the quirk-suppressing drug. There is a reason why the villainous overhaul kept Eri as a captive. Eri's quirk could be used to make something equally astonishing and horrible, a quirk-suppressing substance that can be used in bullets. The result is a series of quirk-suppressing bullets, and they are rapidly spreading across Japan's underworld. Even the League of Villains obtained some samples, so Mirio would ask Shinran to vaporize all instances of the quirk-suppressing drug everywhere. 3. Mirio would wish for Tamura Shigaraki's capture. Mirio must be aware of Tamura Shigaraki, all for one's heir and the son of Nana Shimura. Mirio isn't afraid of a fight with supervillains. But by now, the stakes are enormous. Maybe it's time to cheat a little. After seeing what Eri went through, Mirio is determined to not let anyone else suffer, and capturing Tamura would certainly help prevent more innocent people from suffering. There's no need to go plus ultra this time, just ask Shinran to teleport Tamura right into an available cell in Tartarus, and call it a day. 2. Mirio would wish Sir Night-Eye back to life. Mirio has already experienced loss and grief, despite his age. He worked under Sir Night-Eye for a time, but the raid on Shai Hasayakai turned deadly. And Sir Night-Eye was mortally wounded. Sir Night-Eye later died in the hospital, and Mirio was reduced to tears. If he's not using the Dragon Balls for something else, then he will summon Shinran and wish Sir Night-Eye right back to life. That is well within Shenron's powers, fortunately. 1. Mirio would wish to heal Tensei Ida. Mirio is more than willing to use the Dragon Balls on someone's behalf. If he can't think of an immediate use for the Dragon Balls, he may go around asking the other students what they would wish for, and think over the options. Arguably, the best wish would come from Tenya Ida, who would mention how his brother, Tensei, got critically injured at Stain's hands. Mirio would be deeply moved, and he would rush to summon Shinran and heal Tensei for Tenya's sake. It's a wish well spent, even if it wasn't for Mirio's direct benefit.